friend, and welcome to Vlogmas 2023. I am so glad you're here. If you just stumbled upon this video because it says Vlogmas on it and you're new to me, hi, I'm Brianna. I am the diva behind Diva and the Divine. I'm a food freedom and wellness coach who has finally gotten off of the diet roller coaster and gotten on with my life, and I'm coaching other people to do the same. But Vlogmas ain't about coaching, y'all. It's not. It's about coming along with me for fun holiday related content all season long. So today is actually December 1st. And if you have been with my saga for any period of time lately, I am recovering from COVID. And the actual having of the COVID, like the week I tested positive and everything, no big deal. It wasn't until about a week after I tested positive that I started having symptoms. And my only two symptoms are a cough, which, knock on wood, I don't have any wood around here, seems to have subsided pretty substantially, which is great. And then the other issue, which has not subsided, is nausea. So I have been, oh, you guys, I have not gotten sick, but I've just not felt well. I have not felt like myself in a week and a half, and that really, really sucks. But today, I'm going to do everything under my power to have a fun and festive first freaking day of December, and I want to take y'all with me. So that's what's happening. For those of you that don't know, which should in theory be most of you, my husband hasn't been home since Thanksgiving. My husband went to Florida, and he's now in Utah, and he gets back on Sunday. So I have been alone since Thanksgiving, and I have been separated from him physically since November 16th, because that's when we found out I had COVID and he did not. So he lived up there in the loft and in the guest bedroom, and I stayed down here except when I was in my office, and we were separated the whole time. So I'm sad, I'm grumpy, I'm lonely, but we're gonna try and make the best of it by leaving the house today, which is not something I have done other than to go to Target pickup in quite some time. So today's adventure, what is it going to include? If everything goes according to plan, you and I are going to Trader Joe's today to get some holiday goodies, because why the heck not? Now that we are home for the holidays instead of in Florida for the holidays, we will be, except for the week of Christmas. Like for Christmas, I'm going to Illinois with my family. But like the month of December, we're here now, which means Trader Joe's holiday festivities can happen. So I'm gonna go and pick up a couple of those today. Hopefully, see what's in stock, we'll see. I need to go to Ulta to return something, and also to browse, because that's what I do, especially when I have a 20% off coupon. And then I might go over to Crumble Cookie and get my birthday cookie. I have a redeem your birthday cookie thing. And their peppermint brownie cookie was looking pretty good to me this week. So I think that might be my little treat to myself today. And of course I will share with you everything I got, where the day takes me. I do want to do a little bit of cleaning. I already emptied the dishwasher and kind of did some kitchen organization this morning, which felt good. I can't do any movements for any extended periods of time, which is why I'm sitting here going, am I going to Trader Joe's or am I not going to Trader Joe's? I think I'm going to. Here's the experiment that we are experimenting today. I did not have a cup of coffee this morning. Wednesday, so 2 days ago, I also did not have a cup of coffee because caffeine and coffee can irritate your stomach. So I was like, well, let me just skip the coffee. Coffee is my favorite part of the morning, y'all. It's my favorite part of the morning. And Wednesday, I actually felt pretty okay. Like I felt pretty good. And I was like, oh, maybe I've turned the corner. Maybe I'm on the up and up. Yesterday, I had coffee. I didn't change anything else, but I had coffee and I did not feel good most of the day. So today, much to my sadness, I don't think I'm gonna have coffee today. So, I just won't pout. I just won't be sad for a little bit. But it's okay, it's about 10 o'clock. This is what I'm looking at. What are you doing over there? That's my chair. That's my chair. Welcome to Vlogmas. Let's see where the day takes us. Just in case you're wondering what I'm returning to Ulta, it is this brow microfilling pen. It's got like these 3 prongs on them that are supposed to look like hairs as you go through. I find this to be an underwhelming brow product for the $24 that I paid for it. And so rather than suck it up and just be like, oh, I'll just use it till it dries up, I was like, you know what? No. I'm going to return this stupid thing, get my $24 back, and use that $24 on a product that I actually enjoy using. So that is my plan. I love the the Benefit Gimme Brow products and things like that. This pen just didn't do it for me. So back to Ulta it goes. It back. You can tell how not good I feel based on the fact that both in Ulta and in Trader Joe's, I did not want to browse. I had full permission to like shop for myself at Ulta and get Christmas gifts and take my time and swatch things and have fun. And I did like kind of half a lap through the store and I was like, I really don't want to be here right now. That's how you know that I don't feel good. Because I love shopping, I love browsing, I love swatching, and I love purchasing things. Material girl, remember? So that's how you know. And then I got to Trader Joe's and I didn't want to be there at all. I didn't want to be there at all. So it prevented me from spending hundreds of dollars there, which is good. I just grabbed, as I did my one pass through the store, I grabbed the things that spoke to me that I could not get at Target. Some refills, some holiday goodies. So I thought I would share with you what I got. Starting over here with the frozen freezer refill stuff. We've got cauliflower gnocchi because that is a staple in my house. And I got another one of the sweet potato gnocchis with butter and sage because they're freaking awesome. They're so good. I also restocked our macaroni and cheese. We love the reduced guilt macaroni and cheese. It's so good. Doesn't taste reduced guilt at all. Got some more freshly grated Parmesan cheese. A soy sauce, because right now I am using a soy sauce that is inferior to this soy sauce and I don't like it. I got myself some more of the organic tomato and roasted red pepper soup. I love this soup, and because I'm in need of some comfort food, this made a lot of sense. Tomato basil spaghetti sauce, just because we needed spaghetti sauce and I walked by it. They had holiday hash again. I'm so excited. I thought that it was gone. Last time I was at Trader Joe's, there was none of it. So I was so pleased to see the holiday hash back in stock. So I got another one so I can make my favorite way to eat this is with eggs, scrambled eggs, saute this in the pan, add feta cheese. It will change your life. Not kidding. I also got myself some of the organic dried cranberries. Why the organic one? Because if you look at the packaging of the other cranberry offerings, they're all sweetened. And I was like, I just freaking want one that doesn't have added sugar. And lo and behold, the organic ones have no added sugar. I grabbed these because I have intentions of making another round of the cranberry bliss bars that I shared on my channel already. We got the fun goods. Okay, we got the mini dark chocolate mint stars. I love these. The mini peppermint meringues, favorite. This is my second box of the mini gingerbread people. Not mad about it. And then I had to get the classic, the Jingle Jangle. This stuff is so good. It is so addicting. It is going to be a true testament to my ability to intuitively eat my treats because my plan is just to eat it out of the tin. It's gonna be great. And then I couldn't not get it because it was here. This time around, we've got the almond Kringle. It is one of my favorite Kringles. I'm so excited. And that's it. That's literally all I bought from Trader Joe's, y'all. I have virtually an empty house, it feels like, in terms of like especially fresh food, and that's all I bought at the store. And I'm like, I don't want to go to Target. I don't want to. I'm done for the day. No more leaving the house. I'm going to put this away and then I'm going to sit and, oh, I will show you my cookie. I did stop at Crumble Cookie and got myself a cookie. But I think once I put all this away, it's going to be a little bit of chill time. Hopefully with the season finale of The Golden Bachelor. For those of you that are wondering, what exactly is in Jingle Jangle? Great question, I'd love to tell you. Look at this. Look at it. It's amazing. So what do we have here? We have chocolate covered pretzels. We have mini JoJo cookies, I think. This, I think, is chocolate covered popcorn. We have, oh my gosh, the cookie thing is really good. Down here we have like their brand of M&Ms, and we also have mini peanut butter cups. Y'all, this is real good. This is what holiday trail mix should be. Trail mix, I don't know what you want to call it, but oh my gosh, so good. And you can reuse the tin later because it's a nice tin. I do want to note that I'm putting the Jingle Jangle in the cabinet behind the closed door, and let me tell you why. I am allowed to have whatever I want, in whatever quantities I want. However, that doesn't mean that I shouldn't have boundaries and guidelines set up for myself. And one of the big things that works really well for me is the phrase out of sight, out of mind. If it is hidden, it takes a lot more effort for me to remember that I have it and then to feel compelled to go eat it, right? So if I left the container just sitting right here on the countertop, which I'm like, oh look, cute little container of Jingle Jangle. Every time I walk by, I will stick my hand into the Jingle Jangle container. Is that okay? Yes. Is that aligned with my goals? No. So putting it in the cabinet there means that when the spirit moves me and I go, oh, I have Jingle Jangle, I can go and get the Jingle Jangle. No problem, but it will keep me from the compulsive every time I walk by the countertop, grabbing a piece here, a piece there. It's better if I sit down and go, okay, I'm gonna eat my Jingle Jangle now and have what I want and then put it away. But that's not what would happen if I just leave it out and about. You gotta set yourself up for success, even if you are intuitively eating. Intuitive eating isn't being unhealthy and not being smart. It's actually being quite healthy and quite smart. Can we talk for just a second about my afternoon? I ate my entire crumble cookie. And you know what? It was good. It was very good. By the time you see this video, that particular cookie will not be in the store. Maybe it'll repeat really quick because it's a great flavor for December. It was like their peppermint brownie ganache thing. I don't know. It was peppermint buttercream frosting, and she was laid on thick, and chocolate ganache. It was exceptional. It was very, very good. And bizarrely, in a really bizarre twist of fate, I ate the whole cookie, and I have not felt nauseous since. Why, for the love of all things sacred, does a crumble cookie solve my nausea problems? Why? In what world does that make any sense? It doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. The only thing that I can think of is that I am now, because I've been struggling with this nausea for like a week or so on and off, I might not be able to tell the difference between hunger and nausea at this point in time. So maybe I was just hungry and I was perceiving the hunger in my stomach as nauseousness, and eating the entirety of the cookie solved my hunger problem. Therefore, my nauseousness went away. I don't know. But I have sat around. I watched the Golden Bachelor finale, which I forgot because it's like the live thing or whatever. It was like an hour and a half. I poked at a game on my iPad. First of all, sidebar. If you watched the Golden Bachelor, and I'm not going to spoil it by saying who, but do you or don't you agree with his choice in woman? I personally, and I can't tell you why, well, I can tell you why, but that would spoil it. I do not like his choice. I think he should have picked the other woman. That is the stance that I have. I was really perturbed with how the whole thing played out. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Let me know your opinions in the comments below, because I'm really curious to know if I'm the only one who's like, no, Gary, you made the wrong choice. Anyway, so now that's done. And now that I'm actually feeling okay, I'm never holding my breath, because 2 days ago, I also felt okay. And then yesterday and this morning, I felt like trash. So I have to take things in stride and as they come. But because in this moment at 3:40 p.m. on Friday, I'm feeling okay. Not 100%, but okay. Gracie's trying to hit her buttons. I'm going to finish putting things away in the kitchen and do some puttering and tidying type things, which also includes, actually, one of the things I have to do is finish building this Harry Potter Lego set that I started building in my Thanksgiving vlog. It's been sitting there because I have not felt compelled to continue the process. And I just want all of the bags and the Legos and stuff off my table. So I actually might do that now that I think about it. I'm not going to do anything active today because, as I've mentioned, movement perpetuates my nausea problem. So when I'm sitting still and have adequate food in my system, I'm feeling my best. That's the good news. The bad news is when I can start to move to, accomplish anything, the movement triggers things. So that's what I'm gonna do. So before I start building my 3 broomsticks, I wanted to show you what my husband had to pick up because he got one while he was in Florida hanging out with my nephews. And one of the things that they did was build Lego a lot together. And so while they were at Target, they picked up this, which is literally just a box of pieces. It's not a kit. It's like with the intention of building a specific thing. It's a box of pieces. And he ended up texting me and said, hey, next time you go to Target, and so I've been placing drive-up orders. I haven't gone more than, I think, twice, but I had to order more COVID tests. And so he's like, next time you go to Target, can you grab this for us? I think it would be fun for us to be able to play creatively and like try to make things up ourselves. And so now we, the child-free couple, married for 10 years, are the proud owners of the yellow box of bricks. And I was just very curious to know what was in it, so I wanted to open it before I brought it upstairs and show you if I can get it open. I got it, don't worry, I got it. Ready? Oh, they're all bagged. Okay. I'm not gonna unbag them if I'm not gonna use them, but here, we've got greens. They're organized by color, which I kind of love. White and gray, my personal favorite. Look at how pretty. This should be the biggest bag, man. We've got shades of red, shades of gray and black, shades of blue, shades of beige, shades of yellow, and one little square platform guy. And then I'm curious to know what's in these books here. So I think in the book they have like little suggestions. They have little things like, here, you can build this camera. You can build this frog dinosaur looking thing. You can build, what are we building here? A house, it looks like. So it's not leaving you high and dry having to solely depend on your creativity, but you can and should. My husband said that what they were doing was asking a random noun generator to suggest a noun to them. So they were asking a random noun generator, like, hey, give me a random concrete noun. And so the generator spit out mall. So then the boys built a mall. So things of that nature. And so my husband decided this would be fun for us to have. So now we have it too. Happy day. Here it is, friends. The 3 broomsticks. How cute is this? We got the bar downstairs. We got a little living area upstairs. Super cute. And before I go get ready for bed, put my pajamas on and whatnot and say goodnight to y'all, I did want to comment on the shirt that I have on today because it is a shirt that I have not put on in at least a year, maybe 2 or 3 years. I honestly can't remember, but I, on a whim, decided to put this shirt on today, and it fits, and it's a small, and it makes me so happy. And so this is your friendly reminder that body change is possible with an intuitive eating lifestyle as long as you are honoring your body in the process, which is literally the entire point. So I'm going to continue to share my body transformation with you as things change, as I learn, as I grow, and all of those things. But today, while there were not many victories today, my friends, this was a victory. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
somehow yesterday got away from me. I was just kind of puttering around the house, doing some things, and as is par for the course with me lately with this whole issue I've been having from COVID, the more I did, the crummier I started to feel. And the crummier I started to feel, the less likely I was to pick up the camera to do anything. So I did take some clips of what I did yesterday, and I did in fact enjoy a single cup of coffee yesterday. I just used my Nespresso machine, and then I also got a 30-minute workout in, and then I did about 10 minutes of like floor stuff and some stretching and some very light core, because of course engaging my core in any crazy manner also causes me to get nauseous. So I accomplished things. I took a shower, I washed my hair, I blow dried my hair, I did some stuff that I'll actually tell you about in a minute. I started working in a workbook that I wanted to tell you about. But then as the day progressed, the more I did, the worse I started to feel. So I just kind of sat and watched Friends. I did complete my video game. Y'all, okay, so I didn't complete it. I finished the main storyline of Hogwarts Legacy. I felt like it was too soon, but I'm very grateful that my husband had the foresight to move our new Xbox downstairs when I initially had my positive COVID test to keep us separated. He goes, here's the new Xbox and your video game for you to play while you're down there and isolated. And I logged 39 hours of game time in the game in total since we've purchased it, at the beginning of November. I'm playing in easy mode because this is the first RPG style game that I've ever dedicated my time to. I'm gonna finish everything in easy mode, and then I'm gonna start it in normal mode and play through the story in normal mode because it will be harder to play. Anyway, so that's what I did yesterday. And I just didn't, there was nothing worth picking up the camera about. What do you wanna do? Hear me complain about how I'm not doing anything again? I'm doing that right now. You didn't need to hear it yesterday too. And so now it is currently 12:26 on Sunday afternoon, and my husband's flight just took off and he is on his way home to me. Praise God. He left on Thanksgiving and I haven't seen him since. And we, like I've mentioned in previous vlogs, we've been separated physically since November 16th. It is December 3rd. It is December 3rd. Yeah, I've not been happy about that at all. Not happy about that. So I'm very, very glad that he's going to be home soon. And today I woke up feeling not stellar, not bad, probably 70%. If 100% is I feel perfect, there's no nausea, I feel completely normal, let's go have a productive day, I'm probably about 70%. There's just a little bit of discomfort, but there's nothing that's like I still plan on picking him up from the airport. And he said, if you feel terrible, I will Uber home. But I was like, as of right now, I feel like I can get in the car and drive the 25 minutes to the airport because we're pretty close to the MSP airport. So great, awesome. This morning is Sunday, right? So today is actually the first Sunday in Advent. Advent is the season of reflecting on waiting and the coming of the baby Jesus. And I started my Advent what's it called? Bible study. My Advent Bible study. And isn't it beautiful? The whole theme of it, this is from She Reads Truth. There are two companies that I use Bible studies from. One is She Reads Truth and the other is the Daily Grace Co. The Daily Grace Co. is the new owners of Cultivate What Matters. But I decided, now in hindsight, I could have freaking got the second one. I decided to keep it to one Bible study for Advent because I was gonna be busy and traveling and this and that. And if I'd only known that I was gonna be home for most of December, maybe I would have gotten both of them, but I didn't. So I got this one. The theme of the whole thing in terms of the aesthetic is like vintage nostalgic Christmas, which you can't really tell at a quick flip through, but I'm excited about this. So I did the first day of this, and then I bought their little bundle, which had a little prayer journal, and I hadn't actually opened the prayer journal for this until this morning, and I discovered something about the prayer journal that I'm really excited about. So every day there is a prompt. There's a prompt for your prayer journal. And so this morning it was write a prayer of gratitude, thanking Jesus for who he is. And then underneath it, it says, I praise you, Jesus, for being the light of the world. And then the next one is write a prayer of longing, expressing your desire to see this aspect of Jesus in your life. Come, light of the world. And so it's got a couple of big prompts, like a prayer of gratitude for thanking Jesus who he is, but this time the small print is, I praise you, Jesus, for being a blessing to all people. And I love that. I love, like, I'm all for, like, just sitting there and prayer journaling and just praying. And I do that sometimes. Sometimes I pray without journaling, and sometimes I pray with journaling, and my journaling experience turns into a written prayer to God in the form of a conversation, in the form of, and I do try to do my praying as written in the Bible, which is in the way of the Lord's Prayer. So prayers of gratitude and acknowledging his majesty and his glory and his wonderfulness before you're asking for prayers and help and things you need, things like that. So I'm very consciously aware of how I pray as a biblical prayer, but having this as a prompt is a really nice way to like really keep things hyper-focused, and I love that so much. So this is also from She Reads Truth. This is part of the bundle. So I did that this morning, and then I watched church and all of that, and it's all well and good. I'm kind of tidying things up as I go. I can't do too much all at once or I start to not feel well. So it's like 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. I really, the house isn't in any crazy state of disarray or anything because I haven't been doing anything. So there's that. But the other thing I wanted to share with you, the workbook that I started working on yesterday, and I think would be a great way to close out this vlog, is the Intuitive Eating Workbook. This is also by Evelyn Tribole and Elise Resch, who were the people who wrote the book on intuitive eating, who came up with the concept of intuitive eating as it's written in the Intuitive Eating book. It's called Intuitive Eating, an Anti-Diet Approach, and the current edition is the 4th edition. This is a partner to that. And I decided to get it as a way for me to dive in a little bit deeper. This is copyright 2017. And I've been loving it so far. It's just a chance to really go in, and instead of just reading here's the information you need to know about these principles of intuitive eating, this is more interactive. This is getting inside your head. This is getting you to think about the damage that dieting has done to you. And it's really fascinating. So there were a couple of things that I wanted to share with you guys before I let you go for this Vlogmas vlog. And there are a couple of things I highlighted, so let me just read that. As the introduction, one of the things I highlighted was a substantial body of research shows that dieting is not sustainable and leads to a host of problems, including eating disorders, food and body preoccupation, distraction from other personal health goals, reduced self-esteem, weight stigmatization, discrimination, and paradoxically, weight gain. Their definition of intuitive eating is a dynamic mind-body integration of instinct, emotion, and rational thought. So I thought that was interesting, but there were a couple of things in here that I was like, oh, this could be very informative. So it's the intuitive eating assessment, and I want you guys to just hear this. So either get a piece of paper or keep a mental note. How many times do you answer yes to one of these questions? Section 1 is unconditional permission to eat. So if you answer yes, you are not giving yourself unconditional permission to eat. And the goal is to do so. So you want no's. How many of these do you answer as yes? 1, I try to avoid certain foods high in fat, carbs, and calories. 2, if I am craving a certain food, I don't allow myself to have it. 3, I get mad at myself for eating something unhealthy. 4, I have forbidden foods that I don't allow myself to eat. 5, I don't allow myself to eat what food I desire in the moment. 6, I follow eating rules or diet plans that dictate what, when, and how much to eat. How many of those did you answer yes to? For each one you answered yes, it is an area that needs improvement in the unconditional permission to eat category. The next one, and let me be honest with you, this one is what I have learned from this assessment, where I need to focus my energy in changing my own mindset. Section 2 is eating for physical hunger rather than emotional reasons. You want no answers. Yes answers are areas you need to work. 1, I find myself eating when I'm feeling emotional, i.e. anxious, sad, depressed, even when I'm not physically hungry. 2, I find myself eating when I am lonely, even when I am not physically hungry. 3, I use food to help me soothe negative emotions. 4, I find myself eating when I'm stressed out, even when I'm not physically hungry. 5, I am not able to cope with my negative emotions, i.e. anxiety, sadness, etc., without turning to food for comfort. 6, When I am bored, I eat just for something to do. 7, when I am lonely, I turn to food for comfort. 8, I have difficulty finding ways to cope with stress and anxiety other than by eating. Number 7 spoke to me because I have been very lonely lately. I am convinced that the only reason I haven't been doing this more is because my problem has been that I have been nauseous. So food is not the solution to that problem, except in the form of saltine crackers and really bland foods that get boring to eat after a while. For section 3 and section 4, you want yes answers, and no is the area of improvement. So section 3 is your reliance on internal hunger and satiety cues. 1, I trust my body to tell me when to eat. I trust my body to tell me what to eat. I trust my body to tell me how much to eat. I rely on hunger signals to tell me when to eat. I rely on fullness signals to tell me when to stop eating. I trust my body to tell me when to stop eating. You want yes answers to those. And then the last one is body and food choice congruence. Most of the time, I desire to eat nutritious foods, yes or no? I mostly eat foods that make my body perform efficiently and well. I mostly eat foods that give my body energy and stamina. So those are the questions in the assessment. And like I said, the first two sections, the answers yes are the ones that you might need to work on a little bit. And in the second two, sections 3 and 4, the answers no are your areas of improvement. How did you score? How did you do? How did you do on the you're an intuitive type eater assessment? I thought that was really interesting. And then I have a couple of other things that I took a picture of, and one of them is the effects that dieting has had on you. And I will post that picture right here. And I want you to go ahead and pause this and give it a read and look into what exactly it is that you think that, like, and be honest with yourself. These are the ramifications of dieting. And now that I've been reflective on this, and I've seen a lot of this in my past, as I've worked through the first little bit of this book, especially about rejecting diet mentality, there are so many of these things. There was one list that I went through that my answer to every single one was, I used to do this, but I don't do this anymore. And I can't tell you how empowered I felt by having that answer as the answer to the book, because a lot of people probably have I currently do this. But now, since I have already worked through the mindset of it, I'm like, oh, I definitely used to do this. Old Brianna, dieting Brianna, Weight Watchers Brianna, absolutely used to do these things. But current December 2023 Brianna doesn't do those things. And it was really empowering to be able to admit that to myself. So if you are interested in this workbook, I will have it linked down below. I got it on Amazon for like 13 or 14 bucks. Like, it was a steal of a deal for something that could be wildly helpful. And then a member of the healthy community in the meetings that I teach actually recommended that as I work through this, don't fill in the actual book, but get a notebook, because then you can fill in the notebook and then you can go back and do the workbook in 3 months time, 6 months time, another year, and see how your answers have changed as you have continued the intuitive eating journey, which I thought was a really, really great idea. So that's all that I'm going to have for Vlogmas Day 1 here. You just got my first weekend of December. And while it wasn't anything exciting, I'm honest to God, I'm hoping and I'm praying that I'm starting to feel well enough again where I can actually do interesting things for you guys. My problem, truly, my intentions for this entire week and a half that my husband has been gone was to catch up on work and do all sorts of fun and exciting things. And instead, I spent 85% of it literally sitting in my recliner because I did not feel well, which is such a bummer. It was mandated rest, which I guess I can appreciate, but man, oh man, did I have other goals and aspirations for this time that my husband was away, and I wanted to make it productive. And in a way, it was productive, just not in the way I desired it to be, which is probably a good lesson for myself to learn, but it is what it is. So thank you for watching. I'm excited to continue to share my Vlogmas with you as the time goes on. Say a prayer for me that I start to feel better really, really soon. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next time.